Okay, everyone. We have got ourselves a bit of a crazy situation that I only just recently came across. I want to make sure everything is going right for this live stream. I'm doing some live stream pre-checks here, so bear with me for just a moment. I want to make sure everything is going right for this live stream. I'm doing some live stream pre-checks here, so bear with me for just a moment. Okay, it looks as though we are live streaming here. And yes, this title's a bit dramatic, and I want to be clear right off the bat. I don't know if this is in fact the case of what's going down. But oh, buddy, it's about to get spicy up in here. Yeah, it's good soda. And yes, it's soda. All right. Slice Engineering and Triangle Labs. Not just Triangle Labs, but any hot-end manufacturer could be implicated in a possible kerfuffle involving Slice Engineering's patents. Now, particularly, Slice Engineering a while ago had a patent that was pending for their Mosquito hot end. And their patent, you can look up, patents are publicly available. Now, I'm not a patent lawyer. In fact, I'm not a lawyer of any kind. I'm just some dude who happens to do a lot of 3D printing. But someone messaged me on one of my videos and said, hey, I haven't seen Triangle Labs on AliExpress in a while. What's going on? And I'm like, okay, let me look that up. And sure enough, on AliExpress, you can't find Triangle Labs' stuff anymore. Well, you can find a few of their things, but their web presence on AliExpress is gone, and there might be a reason for that. And we're going to get into these juicy details, because, buddy, the 3D printing industry might be about to change for everyone who's on a budget. All right, patents assigned to Slice Engineering. Let's take a quick gander at this. Now, let's see. We need to talk about one in particular. Now, this one that was just granted, I believe it was just granted. Date of patents, February 18th, 2020. No, there's a more recent one. We're going to have to look up into it. But, okay, the point is, the Mosquito hot end was patent pending. And there were some things about it that a ton of hot-end manufacturers started copying, particularly the heat break design, which very important because the moment that patent became granted, if it was granted, I can't find anything in particular that's saying that it was in fact granted. But if it became granted, that means that all the manufacturers, Triangle Labs, Mello, etc., the ones that were copying that hot end or designs derivative of the patented portion of it, well, they can no longer sell that to company or to countries that have their patents reinforced by law. So we can see a bunch of info here, and we're going to get into more than just the patent information here. Trying to find the particular one that was intriguing to me. You can see there's a few for 3D printer hot end, right? And there's a number of different years it goes back. I mean, we can see the filing date and the date of patent. Got to figure that out. If there's anyone who knows about patent law, let me know. But let's talk about some more of the nitty-gritty situation going on here. So I'm going to move this back over because AliExpress is weird. They like to display a bunch of unrelevant information. Now, Okay. Let's bring up AliExpress for just a second. Now I'm going to move my microphone so I can see the screen better. All right, if we search Triangle Lab, this is what we get. Not a whole lot going on here. We got a few random things. We got some stuff from Mello. Mello is still up, but Triangle Labs is kind of just they're kind of gone. But let's be more specific here. Triangle Labs hot end. What do we get? We're getting Mello. Not a lot of Triangle Labs. Kind of weird, right? Well, they're mostly gone, but they're not gone entirely. Let me further the plot here by getting into the stuff from Mello. Particularly, let's go with this one because this is the heater block for their NF Crazy hot end, which was a direct ripoff of the Mosquito. But if we go, this is Mello's official store. If we visit the store, and Mello's store is actually set up really nice. Let's go to hot end. Well, this isn't hot end stuff. Hold on. Hit hot end. We're going to get hot end stuff. Okay. Now, you're going to see a few things in this section that just, they're okay, they should be there. So, notice the things in here. We've got Micro Swiss clones. Heck, we've even got clones of the let's see, Slice Engineering had the Copperhead. This is the Copperhead stuff. But the Copperhead is open source. So, Slice Engineering had their Copperhead series totally open source. No problems there. But let's keep on looking. They got V6. V6 is also open source. V6 derives from E3D. Anything E3D or Copperhead or Mark 8 derivative is totally open game. And then that's it. That's all there is. There used to be way more, and you'll notice there's something critical missing here. Anything that has a heat break that was derivative of the Slice Engineering Mosquito hot end is suddenly gone. It's not there from Mello. However, the things that aren't gone from the NF Crazy, which was their knockoff of the Mosquito, is the copper heat block. I'm assuming that part wasn't patent infringing. The heat sink for the NF Crazy, that might not have been patent infringing. Heck, some of the support structure is still there. But the heat break appears to not be there, and you can't find it in a kit. The NF Crazy stuff appears to be wiped from the system. Now, it gets a little crazier. So not only can you not find Triangle Labs, their official store on AliExpress is just gone. Triangle Labs, like Mello, is still here, but maybe Triangle Labs just hasn't like renewed their contract for their store with AliExpress or something. But right now you can't find them. But what you can find is the Triangle Labs official website. Yes, they have an official website now. And they have stuff. Okay, E3D's Chimera ripoff. The only thing that I know of that E3D patented was the heat sink. which is why this heatsink is different from the Hemera. But the rest of it, open. I don't know if it's open source, but I think it's fair game. V6 style nozzles, fair game. Thermistors, heat breaks for V6 stuff, fair game. But this website isn't even fully up yet. If we click on these thermistors, 404. It's not there. They are building this website currently. Triangle Labs isn't gone from everywhere, but they're just not on this website. But what gets even more interesting, that gives more credence to this issue with Slice Engineering possibly having their patent granted to them effectively, which means if you manufacture the product that's derivative of their patented design, you cannot import them to a country that reinforces their patent by law. So let's go to things like the Matrix extruder, right? Because there was something that was pointed out to me. Let's see if we can find it. There was something particular that I wanted to show. Free shipping to the United States. Okay, that can be shipped. There are certain products on this website that says it cannot be shipped to the United States. Which I'm thinking anything that has a derivative of a patent from Slice Engineering, they might just straight up not sell it in the United States. To United States, okay. That one is there. But there were some things on here that said, okay, to United States. Okay. Orbital extruder. Free shipping. Nice. Okay, so it looks like a good portion of the stuff here is available to ship to the United States, which is good. They clearly have a long way to go because this is nowhere near this is somewhat derivative. Oh, this is a water-cooled hot end. That's kind of cool. Okay, Jim Bean says, "What is that, Andrew? That's not right. Use a VPN." Okay. What about it is not right? You're right. I was looking on their website. Well, hold on. Can you post a link to their direct store? Because here's the thing. Hold on. If we go back to this, if we do Triangle Labs D-Force, D-Force was, I think Triangle Labs bought out D-Force or vice versa. D-Force Triangle Labs store. Where is D-Force? Because I was just on D-Force a minute ago, but there was something funky with D-Force too, because if you went on D-Force's store, where they used to sell nothing but 3D printer stuff, it was nothing but like headphones. D-Force printer, like it's none of their stuff is. None of their stuff is popping up. Like, what is going on? Hold on. I'm gonna look on something off screen for a second. Because I know for a fact I had something that was purchased from D-Force, and I can get to their store directly from that. I have to scroll down pretty far in my purchase history from a long time ago to get there. But let me get there, because I don't know how many of y'all know D-Force, but there was something involving them in a buyout between Triangle Labs and D-Force. Let's see. Triangle Labs. Ah, here we go. Okay. All right. So I had got these a long time ago. They don't even sell them anymore. These stupid pneumatic couplers that are all metal, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, so if I go to D-Force Triangle Labs, their actual website. Okay. The Rapido hot end. Their stuff is still here, it looks like. But then you scroll down. Headphones. Heatsink stuff, but headphones. Extruder. Headphones. Okay, hold on a second. Let's go and actually click on something, right? Let's go to hot end. No matches. Okay. Heatsink. No matches. What if we go on the side here? I know my screen isn't showing everything fully. I just clicked on hot end. Nothing. Let's just go simple. Heat block. Heater block. Nothing. Okay, hold on. Let's click on one of their headphones, I guess. If I click on this, if I click edit display product name. I don't think they have everything set up here, guys. CR10 plated copper. Okay, we're finally getting something, but it says, sorry, this item's no longer available. So, D-Force Triangle Labs. I don't remember them sharing a store. But again, if we visit store, let's just... Okay, what about nozzle? A Mark 8 nozzle is well within the realm of 3D printer stuff that's open source. There's no license you need to worry about. It's just standard Mark 8 nozzle. It's nothing special. Clearly, product pages still exist. The store is kind of gone. So, going back to the website, this is Triangle Labs' website, like their actual website. See, Triangle Labs, yada yada. So, estimate of time, it was funny. Just a little bit a while ago, we were seeing notices that says they do not ship to the United States. And that could be due to a patent. But even then, like there are some things, okay, like this Dragon hot end, the heat break, and this is still kind of derivative of the Mosquito, which is interesting. You see that. Oh, hold on. Trying to move the. Oh. That heat break is still kind of derivative. Interesting. I mean, they have some cool stuff. Triangle Labs has definitely done a bunch of interesting things. But I really gotta wonder. Well, that's okay. Fixfell, you asked, do they just want to switch to a standalone website? That's what I thought at first as well. But then, why would Mellow? Why would D-Force? You know, hold on. Let's check. Two Trees. I despise Two Trees. Is Two Trees still around? Two Trees. Kinda. Looks like they still sort of exist. Well, Two Trees. Okay, let's go on the Two Trees official web page on AliExpress. These guys are still on AliExpress, it looks. Let's go to... Let's see what we got here. Do they have anything hot end? They've got a heat brake. They've got a Mark 8 style hot ends. Their web store is not really set up to a particularly great system. 3D printer parts, extruder, electronic, filament, printer tool, coupling. Let's see what we get from this. Okay, we're getting a bunch of extruders. There's a V6. There's Mark 8. Ah, hold on. We got something. The Red Lizard is still there. The Copperhead knockoff is here. They call it the Dragonfly, but it's really almost completely based off of the Copperhead. But the Copperhead is open source. Okay, we got Jim Bean asking, is D-Force reputable for quality goods? I've never heard of them. Before Mello became my go-to brand for knockoff products, D-Force was right up there with them. In fact, actually, I feel like I can't remember. It was a while ago. D-Force, Mello, and Two Trees. These were 3 separate companies at one point, and then 2 of them merged. But the name of that store says Triangle Labs D-Force. So I'm assuming Triangle Labs and D-Force merged. And then Mello just stood out on its own, but D-Force always looked like it was right up there with Mello. Like I don't ever remember looking at anything from D-Force and thinking, "Wow, that looks like garbage." Now, they were always stuff that looked very well machined. I don't know if I've ever actually purchased anything from them. I am trying to find it. Does anyone have a direct link to Triangle Labs' store? Because I actually haven't been able to find it. Outside of that D-Force Triangle Labs combo. And I don't remember that being the case. Let me just Google it. AliExpress Triangle Labs official store. Triangle Labs, computer and office. Let's bring it up here. This is what I get when I Google it. See, there's clearly the Triangle Labs logo right here. So if we click on it, and we go down. No, this is actually one of my favorite brands. Funsor. This is like the best company for like linear rail products for the Ender 3 and the Ender series. Like, I love these guys. Their instructions are terrible because they don't exist, but Funsor has been super good because they actually design and manufacture their own components to help modify your printer, and they usually do a pretty darn good job too. But it's not. That's Funsor. But okay, well let's go back for a second. There's these cartridges that also have the Triangle Labs logo. You got Triangle Labs and all that. But again, it's not Triangle Labs. It's not Triangle Labs doing the selling of these products. It's just random companies selling. They're like the last stocks of the remnants of their official store, and I can't find like their official stuff. D-Force, Triangle Labs. Like, yeah, it seems like D-Force and Triangle Labs have just kind of like converged together. I mean, okay, hold on. BIQU, I think it's pronounced BIQ. Uh, oh, Big Tree Tech. That's right. Well, let's look up Big Tree Tech's official store because everyone knows them for their motherboards. But let's visit their store. Hold on, let me minimize some stuff here. Because they got some hot end goodies and motherboard goodies and all that jazz. But where are we gonna get to the menu? Okay. Hot ends. Here we go. 2-in-1 hot end. Dragon hot end for the Voron series. Ooh, I want these preset torque wrenches actually. 2.5 to 3 Newton meters is perfect for tightening a nozzle. Little side note, this Dragon hot end for the Voron, they don't even have real pictures. Says, sorry, this item is no longer available. Gee, I wonder why. Doesn't that look kind of like the outline drawing for the Mosquito from Slice Engineering? And it's just no longer available? Something, I'm connecting dots here. I don't know for sure, but it's really looking like it, y'all. It really is. It's the one that doesn't have a picture. It's just gone. And then the red. Hold on, let's look up the Red Lizard because I'm pretty sure the Red Lizard's heat brake design was derivative of the heat brake design from the Mosquito. BQ. Hold on, let's Red Lizard hot end. Let's see what we get. Okay, now we're getting to some blatant stuff here. These heat brakes, these bimetal heat brakes, are directly the thing that has been the problem. This would be the standard. This would be the high flow. That is exactly what Slice Engineering patented, as far as I know. And I am not seeing it for many people. The Red Lizard is a mix between like Mark 8, V6, Mosquito, and a few other things. And they actually looked like some pretty decent hot ends, actually, honestly. But you can still get Red Lizard. Geek 3D. You see Creativity. That looks like the font for Creality. I think someone's trying to knock off Creality now. The Chinese market's wild, bro. Let's just click one of these and what kind of store are these usually? So yeah, that is the thing right there. That literally anything with a heat brake like this, because what essentially this is a bimetal heat brake, so it's titanium inside of this copper, and then these copper zones are designed to have thermal mass that gets heated up to aid in the melting of the filaments, and the titanium goes up all the way, and it's very, very thin titanium to reduce as much heat from creeping upwards as possible, with a copper heat sink to help dissipate any heat that does go upwards. And that's the magic, the secret sauce of the Mosquito. And the thing that literally every new hot end that has been on the Chinese markets just copied right away. Derivatives up the wazoo of just this kind of concept. Let's see. Hot end. Let's see. Do they sell? Not seeing. Yeah, there's only one page. There's V6, there's Mark 8 derivatives. These red lizards right here. These might not exist for very much longer. I know Slice Engineering, they patent, there's like a group of countries that all abide by an agreed on patent law framework, and I'm pretty sure China was in fact one of those countries, believe it or not. But because it was patent pending, not patent granted, these companies just went crazy with it. But if the patent was granted, then that means everything that infringed on that patent is no longer allowed to be sold in any country that has agreed to this patent framework. Which almost everything that I've been seeing, as soon as that Haddon came out, started doing that. It was kind of a matter of time. Let's just type in mosquito. Oh man, I misspelled that. Mosquito hot end. All we get is a replacement heat block and like nothing else. Nothing else is coming up. Like it's specific to that one design, which is why, and I've known about this. People have been talking about this for a long time, and Slice Engineering commented directly to answer questions. There was a video on YouTube where they talk about all these hot ends that are infringing on this patent that was pending, and Slice Engineering was kind enough to reply to the general comments asking questions about the situation. And oh my god, did they just tear into Slice Engineering. Because if there's one thing the 3D printing community does not tolerate is closed IP. They hate it so much. Because it doesn't matter if you've designed something that is revolutionary, that will change the landscape of 3D printing forever. It could be critical to the progress of 3D printing. If it's not open source, they gonna be mad at you. They're gonna be very mad at you. Because they're saying you're stifling innovation, this and that. And I'm like, yeah, to an extent I can agree with that. Because 3D printing really became popular once the patents from that expired, and then heated chamber patents just expired. That's why you're going to see heated chambers everywhere now. And even with E3D, with their new high flow nozzle, that nozzle was patented by 3D Solex, and E3D licensed that nozzle design in order to make it. So you can license a design and then, do what you want, but you have to pay royalties. And people just don't like that. I mean, if you can design something in Blender and it could be an amazing piece of art, but if it's not free, well, someone will buy that piece of art and then re-upload it on Thingiverse and have it for free just to spite you. Like, 3D printing community and protecting your hard work doesn't go hand in hand. Just you're fighting a whole group of people that think everything ought to be open source and free. So, which, hey, I get it. I love 3D printing, and if it wasn't available to me, I don't know what I would be doing with my life. But man, there's this fine line. But going back to the patents, let's kind of look at this, right? So the patent number. Adaptable high-performance extrusion head for fused filament fabrication systems. An extrusion head for a three-dimensional printer is disclosed, including a feed tube, a heater, a cooler, and a bridge The feed tube can be made out of a metal and has an inlet for receiving forwardly driven filament of a solid deposition material, an outlet, a downstream portion adjacent to the outlet, an upstream portion upstream from the downstream portion, and an integral passage extending from the inlet to the outlet. The heater is thermally coupled with the downstream portion of the feed tube for extruding filament to provide softened fluid deposition material. The cooler is thermally coupled with the upstream portion and spaced generally axially from the heater to define a generally axially extended gap traversed by the feed tube. The bridge transverses the gap and provides a rigid mechanical connection between the heater and the cooler. Sounds a lot like the Mosquito, because the Mosquito has the 4 posts that connect to the heat block and go to the heat sink, which would provide that structure. It's sounding like it, and the patent was filed in 2018. That sounds about the same time when they first started showing up at 3D printer conventions and they started promoting their equipment. 3D printer, hot end, type grant. Let's go with the newest one. Let's see, that's December 29, December 22nd. So this, I kind of want to just click on hot end. Let's go from the bottom up here. I'm pretty sure there ought to be some sort of designs that are viewable. Well, I guess they don't have to disclose schematics per se. Latest patent, skip to description, claims. The ornamental design for a 3D printer is shown as described. If we click on any of these, background of the invention, we're getting into some pretty hefty amounts of legal mumbo jumbo that I am not qualified to decipher. Still, this is just kind of my best guess based on what's going on, right? So let's break this down really quick for anyone who's just kind of looking in. Slice Engineering patents the Mosquito hot end. It is patent pending for the time. Companies in China take the design, copy it outright, and sell it for much cheaper to people in the United States. Because it's patent pending, they can legally do it. Now, if you have anything that's derivative of the parts that are patented, and then you start selling it after the patent goes from pending to granted, now you're in violation of that patent because Slice Engineering patented this product and the things that are patentable, not just in the United States, but in countries all around the world. Suddenly, companies that make hot ends, like Mello, like Triangle Labs, like D-Force, like Two Trees, well, Two Trees like Two Trees, I think even I remember. Suddenly, anything that had derivatives of hot ends or had a hot ends derivative of those patented components, suddenly gone. Just gone. Okay. Well, then we have websites that still have some stuff that's derivative. Like, I don't know, let's add to cart. I've never added anything to cart. Well, I'm afraid it's going to show personal info if I do anything, but I mean, it's a neat thing, but that's a V6 nozzle, that's a J-head block, but that heat break right there, pretty sure that's pretty sure these are from the Mosquito. And then this right here, that's all of them. I've never seen water-cooled heat sink for essentially V6 with the V6 style coupling up at the top. So, if you need 3D modeling file, please check the link below, and it's got a Google Drive folder. Okay, that's interesting. See these right here? These holes? Looks like there's 4 of them, which would be... Ooh. Those 4 holes? It's kind of funny. Those might exist for creating the 4 posts that you would need to connect to the heatsink for a rigid mount, like you would find on the Mosquito. I don't know if the rigid mount system was patented in any way. Because one of the big sellers of the Mosquito was you can change a nozzle with just one hand. That was the thing Slice always talked about. And then you got their water cooling system. So this is actually kind of a... Yeah, you got the 4 posts at the top for a rigid mount. This would actually be a really good hot end if you're printing like in excess of like somewhere between 300 and 500 degrees Celsius. Like this would be the thing you want. Actually, this is actually pretty cool. Water cooling systems for 3D printers have existed for a while. I just think that's kind of neat. It talks about V6. Very interesting. Water cooling, everything. Water cool all the things. I don't doubt that water cooling is going to become the norm at some point once we get into really high temperature stuff. But again, it's very weird, guys. I don't know what else to say. Like, there was a point where this website earlier in the day was saying does not ship to the United States. And as far as viewing through a VPN, don't have one available to use at the moment. To United States, 20 to 30 days. I wonder if this is going to get caught at customs or something, though. That has me wondering. But, anywho, that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. Holy crap, I've ranted for a while now. I just had to say something because this is wild, and it looks like this is the case. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. This is all speculative, but man, does it really look like it. It really... They could have taken care of the stringing here, but... Sorry. It really seems like something that I've described, like... Contact us, community support. These buttons don't even do anything. Although this is where they're located, we now know where Triangle Labs is. Floor 4, Building A6, New Material Science and Technology, Suyu District, Sakoin City. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Jiangsu Province. I got a phone number. And they've got an email. I think what I'll do is I will email Triangle Labs and ask what's going on. That email is very sus. Like, that thing looks... I mean, what kind of email is this? I mean, I know you guys can't see it. Hold on, let me change the view here. That's their email. What? Like, it's so unassuming, but anywho, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. There's nothing else to talk about, but kind of wild.